Yo, 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 what is up, YouTube Boxing family? It's K right here. I got a special guest today. I got the Mr. Akeem Cheetam coming in the building. Let's get right to it. Yo, what's up, man?
What's up, y'all? What's going on?
Not much. How's everything with you? Nice to meet you once again.
Yeah, everything is good, man. It's lovely meeting you, man.
Nice. Um, yeah, first things first, let's just get right into it. Just tell the boxing world once again who you are and how'd you get into boxing, bro?
Yeah, I'm Akeem Cheetam. I'm 19 years old. I'm from Vegas, and I got into boxing at a very young age, at 7, and it was just something that my family was getting into, so I got into it. It started with my oldest brother, Maurice, and then it just kind of passed on to me, and now it's passing on to my little brothers now. And I've been in the amateur. I was in the amateurs since 8, so I got like over 150 fights easy. Um, 20 plus national titles, and now I'm coming to the pro world, and I got my professional debut on August 11th, and it's gonna be fun.
Yo, that's insane because last time I was talking with you on Skywalker Boxing's channel, along with Tim Witherspoon Jr. and I believe a few other people, you were just continuing the amateurs, right? And didn't you say that you were trying to get into the Olympics or something, right?
I was thinking about it. I haven't really wanted to go into the Olympics. I know my little brother is, but no, I'm trying to get into the pros.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I personally believe that when it comes to amateurs, I don't know if you can like agree with me philosophically, but for one, you don't get paid. That's really disrespectful to the fighter. Um, I would assume if you did got paid a lot of money for the amateurs, that would be like college basketball in a way where you got sponsored real quickly. You have all the big networks coming to you, and that would give your promotional backing a lot much faster traction, like you see with all the other rookie talents that are coming up in other sports. And do you believe that that form that lack of expansion that should be there in the amateurs is what's holding fighters back from turning pro sooner because they're just so worried like about just trying to get as much skill as possible before they make their pro debut.
I mean, yeah, that's one way to look at it for sure. Um, I think that, I mean, there's a lot of people who stay in the amateurs because they actually want to come into the pros prepared and stuff like that. But then there are also other fighters who they don't want no amateur fights. They want to come right into the pros for the money. And that's where you get the lack of skill and the lack of, what I'm saying, the lack of warriorism in a way. And you have people who come in off of straight power, straight just come in and knock them out and street fight them, and then get paid for it if you get lucky. And I think that's what separates the nationalities in boxing, because you got people from Cuba who they go to school. It's a boxing school, and they go there 24/7, sleep at the school, eat at the school, box at the school, and then they come to America, and then they're like one of the toughest fighters that's around, but they don't have the name. So it's like, it's a mix of both. It's a mix of both. If they added money to amateur boxing, where people actually got paid for it, I think I think they bring a lot more eyes to the sport. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of politics that keep that from happening, and that's what the whole problem with the Olympics is.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because when I started boxing, like I'm 28 now, but like I got naturally good with boxing by doing boxing up in Albany, New York, and I ran into Tony Marshall, who used to train with Mike Tyson's team for 9 years, and I also ran into Abraham Supernova, who's pro right now, if I'm not mistaken, and um, it was crazy how much time and commitment that they told me that they put into the sport because that's taking years out of your life, but on top of that, you're not getting compensated correctly for it, and it's like how is that fair when you see all these hyped up fighters in boxing now that are getting these big promotional contractual deals and then they're getting away with fighting marginal competition? But then it's like when we're talking like about real talent, we should be talking about you. We should be talking about all the other fighters that are actually putting their life into the sport that actually
Yeah,
deserve to get those multi-million-dollar paydays. And I think people are so circumferenced with like, the belief of if I watch what casuals are talking about in boxing, that automatically means that fighter's just automatically good, which that's not true because one, styles make fights, and two, fighters are not all built the same way. So I think that when it comes to promoting the sport better, we need to look to people like yourself and build you up young while just waiting out years to just say, oh man, boxing's really dead right now. But then it's like once we see like a new up and coming talent, it's just like people don't know who you are because it's like you have to like work so hard just to get up to like a particular stage just to be, minimally known.
yeah. And I think that part of it is the fighter's fault. I think that people have forgotten that the whole industry that we're in is solely on entertainment. It's solely on money. It's solely on fan base. It's solely on who can attract the most eyes. And I know a lot of great fighters. They're great fighters, but they feel like they're too much. They have too much pride. They don't want to post. Oh, I don't want to post my sparring. I don't want to post this. I don't need to post this. I know I'm good. That's not good enough. So, if you're not going to get yourself out there, if you're not going to sell the entertainment, because that's what you're here for, then you're going to have guys who come up like Jake Paul and they're able to bring the eyes. You know what I'm saying? YouTubers are able to bring the eyes. People who can bring the eyes will always be more successful than people who have the actual skill, and that's in any field. So that's why I'm trying to change up the way I'm coming now. I'm getting my social media up. I have followers, thousands by the weeks. You know what I'm saying? And that's good. That's good improvement for me. So that's why I want to keep that going and keep coming up with my fan base. That way I have some power. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have money, you got to have a fan base. That's how it works. And it is sad. Good. Right. Yeah, so it is sad how it works. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of kids who deserve the spotlight more. It's not just boxers, it's coaches as well. But you got to adapt. Social media, the world's changing, technology is happening. You have to adapt. You know what I'm saying? It's no time to be like Mike Tyson and I don't come in flashy, blah blah blah. It's entertainment. If you're not knocking people out like Mike Tyson, brother, you need to come in flashy. Sorry to break it to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's that simple. So I think it's the fighter's fault also. You got to attract eyes. You got to attract eyes.
Yeah, I agree. And like this is coming from like a guy that used to wrestle back in high school, but the talent that you see in those, different combat sports, it's like the same principle. Like people won't know who you are until you start putting yourself under the idealization that I am that man and nobody can't beat me. And I think more people need to do that. And I even brought this up with like a couple female fighters that I know, and a really good woman that I'm really good friends with, Zarina McCoy. She was basically bringing up the same thing that you said. Like, people need to be more outspoken, but people need to bring the marketization to the sport. Like, you just can't have, Mike Tyson sprout up out of everywhere. Like those fighters are so rare to come by. And same thing, with like a Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns. Like, these are all like very rare breeded talents that require so much time and effort to build. And I feel like that a lot of casuals shrug over that to think that anybody could be like that. So therefore, people just look at whatever fighter that they cling on to, and they're just a fan of the fighter. They're not the fan of the sport. If we are fans of the sport, then it would be just like the NBA. Like people wouldn't care like about race and politics. They would just go straight into the event thinking like, okay, I want to see good talent, but we're going to be advocating for tough matched up talent. And
But you know what it
um,
is? You know what it is people don't they're not interested in boxing talent. They don't know what boxing talent is. When you go to a regular middle school in America and you talk to somebody about basketball talent, close the door, buddy. Close the door. You talk to somebody about basketball talent, you'll have a bunch of kids telling you about pivots and spin moves and through the legs, tween tween. But you won't. If you ask somebody about boxing talent, they don't know about being technical. They don't know about outscoring. They don't understand. We can watch a fight and we can see beautiful work and be like, wow, this is entertaining. But to a regular average person, they're gonna be like, this is boring. They want to see someone get knocked out. So that's the difference. Is the talent of boxing isn't appreciated by average people. You know what I'm saying? So who's gonna come up with a solution? I don't know, but that's the problem.
Yeah, I think that's the core benefactor because otherwise boxing would be booming, all this time, and there wouldn't be any need to divide, the sport. And I think that's what caused, the sport to really go down to this really like megalomaniac cycle of like, the people that are here at the top need to have all these like mafia like cults to basically strategize certain moves that they make to
Right.
to deceive the fan bases that they have, and therefore all these like political moves that they make is based off of like a setting to create like a weird, fan base division. But I was gonna say like as far as like what you're doing now, do you plan on trying to like move fast in your career when you go pro, or what are your what are your plans as far as like becoming that true entertainer for the sport?
My plan is to get to the most is to get to as many people as I can, to attract the most eyes that I can, and to be, like you said, an entertainer, to inspire. Like, I don't want to just be a great boxer. I don't want to be like a Ray Savage or a Keyshawn Davis, or what I'm saying. Those guys are skilled, right? But it's just there's something missing. In my opinion, how I feel, there's something missing. There's a difference between them and then Prince Nassim Hamed. Like, there's something different. You know what I'm saying? It's like an entertain. So I want to be the best entertainer. I want, when someone watches me fight, when someone watches me coming out to the ring, being there in person has them shook. It's just like you get chills. You see it happening. It's like, wow, this is amazing. You know what I'm saying? And it's I just want to appeal to the most amount of people as I can, especially younger kids who can look and see that there's an art to it. It's not just knocking somebody out. There's an actual artistry to it. And it'll inspire other kids to get into boxing. You know what I'm saying? I think that's one of the pluses that happened when everybody started having YouTubers come to boxing, is that now kids around my age and maybe 15, 14, now they're trying to come over to boxing. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that's going to be a good thing, is being more of an entertainer rather than just a fighter. That's what I plan to do.
Yeah, I agree. I think like the biggest takeaway from what you said is that you want to be a entertainer, and I think that's what makes sports amazing. Like you take risks to be great, but you also want to be the best that you could be, and not just fuel into like what the fans tell you what to do. I think like the greatest example of that is like a Sugar Ray Robinson, because if you look at what he did back in his day, he was a great entertainer, but that man knew how to fight. Like he put his blood, sweat, and tears into what he liked to do, but he showed you why nobody can't mess with him. He showed you why there's supposed to be an objectivist view on the pound for pound list. Like he showed you why he is for who he is. And I think that's where a lot of fighters try to shrug away from it, because when it's time to actually take that sacrifice to be great, not a lot of guys want to do that. That's why the very 1% that are successful in boxing are the ones that do take risks, but the people that are not supposed to be successful are the ones that are taking advantage of the sport to make their name mainstream, to tie their names to other fighters that they don't want to fight, or they don't want to dare to be great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was gonna follow up with asking you, like I wanted to ask about your lineage that you brought up in the past of you being related to Jack Johnson, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He's
How much of it? Oh, sorry.
no, no, it's good. He's a very he's a he's a distant cousin of mine. So I don't remember what generation. I would say sixth or seventh generation, but along the line, yeah, he is one of our cousins. I've had family members in Philadelphia, in Virginia, and all over the South. They've told me that. So yeah,
Wow, that's awesome. That's very iconic.
yeah.
um, yeah. Do you wanna like make like a huge impact for your family bloodline to try to be like the greatest that you can be, so you can expand more family members to get into boxing. By the time when you hang it up.
How I think of it in this sense, in this context, is that the whole world is my family. I don't do this for, and that's what separates me from any other entertainer, not just any boxer, but any entertainer, is I don't do this for me, the entire world. You know what I'm saying? Because just doing it for me or my family, or just trying to get my family to do it, my family, that only can get so far. It really can. It only can get so far. If you're doing it for the entire world, there are so many different lives you can change. There are so many different ways you can change the world, and at the same time, you are changing how your family lives. Because if you can help benefit the world, you can help benefit your family at the same time. So I don't really do this just for my family. I do this for the entire world because I see the whole world as my family. I see all Americans as my family. I see all Africans, all Europeans, all everything. So I mean, I really just want to be able to, if possible, I want to be able to inspire a kid to want to do the same things I've done, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what's inspired me to do what I'm doing now. So if you can get the younger generation to want to be you, then you'll have people who will be better than you. You dig what I'm saying? So, I mean, when it comes down to it, no, I don't think about myself or my family. That's not my motivation. My motivation, I think, is way deeper, way deeper.
Yeah, I agree. That's why for me at least, I'm a believer in like expanding in my own path, and then whoever wants to follow behind me, that's up to their destiny. I never want to like, you know, look up to somebody and be like them directly. I think it's best that we're all different in our own autonomy. And however much success that you gain in this lifetime before it's time for you to pass away, that's all determined by how much determination and desire that you put into the things that you want in life. And I think that's what separates men that are responsible versus men that are irresponsible, because there's like certain predecessors that drives certain adolescents to go a certain direction, and if you don't have that discipline in your life, then that's what drives people into like the wrong directions to not go to a certain path of success to get to the level that you want to be at.
Yep.
I wanted to ask about your amateur pedigree, and I wanted to see if you had any great battles with some really good up and coming fighters that are in your age bracket, right?
Right. Um, let's see. I've had fights with great fighters. Great fighters. Let's see. I can name some of them. There's Steven Navarro. Fought him, I think, twice. We had great wars. Floyd Diaz. We fought like 7 to 8 times. Who else? Who else? Who else? David Lopez. Uh, um, Justin Valoria. Um, I almost had a chance to fight Julius Ballo and Jordan Roach and people
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
I've heard about him.
You said what?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I've heard about Julius Bello. He's like, his name's been spreading like around, through social media a lot.
Yup. No, I've known him and his father for a while. We've known each other for a minute. Um, let's see, who else? Who else have I fought? I've had so many fights. So many fights. It's incredible. That's just some of the top names I could think of right now.
Yeah, like I was gonna ask if you've ever shared with the ring with fighters like Javon Walton, or maybe Carmel Martin or Zaquim Moses, possibly.
So Javon, Carmel, Zaquan, he's new. I don't know him. I haven't seen him around. He's just now coming up. But Javon, Carmel, those are like Carmel especially. He's like my little brother. We grew up, coming into boxing. That's where we all started around that same year time frame around there. Javon Walton, we known him. I think the first time we met each other was in like 2014 at the Ringside World Championships, and we just kicked it. We were just little kids that was just in the boxing game, and you know what I'm saying. And uh, we've had hard times where we were there for each other when we had losses and stuff like that. And and you know what I'm saying. And he went off and he went into the movie industry and he took off from there. You know what I'm saying. So that shows how that goes hand in hand. I haven't been in the ring with Javon. I have not been in the ring with him. He's always been smaller than me. Carmel, we grew up sparring each other, drills with each other, working with each other. So that's nothing. Um, Zaquan, I mean, I only seen Zaquan maybe once or twice in real life. I haven't. Um, I mean, he's nice for a newcomer. He's nice. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's relatively new. He hasn't been in it too long.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was really thinking that you probably knew a lot of these guys that are probably coming up. I'm proud of Javon because, if I'm not mistaken, he's the second athlete to be sponsored by Jordan, if I'm not mistaken, by the Jordan brand. And I
Youngest too.
don't, yeah, that too. I was really shocked when I heard about that, and I was covering that like a long time ago. And I was like, yo, like if he is really good for what he says he is, he could really, you know, definitely, skyrocket off high in the pros. And like I'm happy that he actually made a scene for for the movie industry too, because that also like will just create like another avenue for him to not be in boxing forever. So
Mhm. Mhm. That's what got him. That's what got him back into boxing. That's what got him the connections he's got now. In with boxing is the fan base he's gotten from TV shows and movies. You know what I'm saying? That's where the respect part of the respect comes from.
yeah, I think we need to see you in a boxing movie. Like I think they need to do like a Sugar Ray Robinson movie because I think that you would
That's
fit
not the
very
first
well.
time I heard that. That
Yeah,
is not the first time I've heard that. I've had
you
actual
look
casting directors.
you look like Sugar Ray Robinson. Like I'm just gonna point that out there.
That's insane, bro.
Mhm. I'm
That's
just
insane.
yeah, like I just figured I'd point that out.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Um, you did tell me that you wanted to get into the movie industry. What type of genre is that you wanted to like to act in?
Genres. I think I'm very good in dramas. I would want to act in dramas and thrill, horror. I'm really I'm really realistic. I like acting realistic scenarios. I don't like doing that extra mile. When I act, I don't even like calling it acting because I don't think it's an act. I don't none of it's an act for me. It's actually becoming what it is. And if I can portray emotions that I've experienced and I know that others experience, uh, that's my main goal. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you can relate to people and get a message across to a person's heart. So I think drama, thriller, crime, I mean, you name it, adventure, I mean, action, all of it. You know what I'm saying? I can drop in. I can drop into all of that for
I want to
sure.
see you in the Expendables movie. Yeah,
Expendable.
yeah, yeah, Expendables or maybe like another Big Mama's House. Tyler Perry
Big
like
Mama's
edition.
house.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay. Comedy. Okay.
yeah.
I really dig roles that are with like 50 Cent shows, like with Power and then
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ghost and I love those. Those are my favorite. Those are my favorite. But those aren't the only shows that are around. I mean, there's All American. There's Outer Banks. I wouldn't mind being on a TV show, sitcom, anything like that. You dig? So it's really just the fan base. Getting the fan base is really important.
I want to see you create like another Bernie Mac show. That would be awesome.
That would be funny. That would be, yeah. I mean, these are all great ideas. Hopefully, they'll put me in an actual, boxing, fighting type of film or project. That
Oh
would
yeah,
be, I would,
yeah, definitely, definitely.
I would dominate.
Speaking of boxing, for your pro career, like, how many times do you want to fight within a year, and what are your top venues that you would like to, fight at to headline, right?
Right. Uh, I would like to fight when I'm at my prime and I'm there and I'm in the door. I would like to, I think I'd like to fight twice to three times a year. Because I'm trying to be realistic at the same time. They probably would only let me fight twice to three times a year. Um, and I want to headline in Las Vegas. That's where I want to headline at. I want to be right here in my city. You know what I'm saying? I've seen the lows and highs of Las Vegas. I want to fight here, here. T-Mobile Arena, or fighting in the Sphere, in the new Sphere Dome that just came to Las Vegas.
Yeah, that arena looks awesome.
It's sick. It's sick. I see it every day. Every day. I live right there, right maybe 5 minutes from it. I can run there easily. I've where I live at, like people don't understand. Like I don't live in the suburbs of Las Vegas, outside somewhere. I live in the dead heart of Las Vegas. Like every night I go running, I pass by where Tupac Shakur got killed, where he got shot at. Right there at that light. I run past there every night. It's not Yeah, I don't live outside. I live right in the heart of Las Vegas. So fighting in Las Vegas means it's so dear to me. It really is. It would mean a lot.
Yeah, it's just surreal that Las Vegas has such a great history, but but there's just too many dark passages with very poor communities that have torn each other like away. Um,
Yeah.
like I was gonna say, I would really like to see you fight here in Florida. Like I would really like to come down to see you definitely out in Tampa or maybe Orlando. And I was probably gonna say maybe even Philly. Like I'll definitely come up for that. Why not?
Yeah, I was born in Philly. So I have a lot of family out there. That would be amazing to fight in Philly as well. You know what I'm saying? That would be amazing. Absolutely. I would have Philly jump too. My ring walk in Philly would be crazy, huh? My ring walk would be crazy. Everybody in there, it would be
Jerome
insane,
Boots style.
bro. Better than there. Better. I would come crazy. Cause I'm from the West Coast, bro. I bring a different type of vibe. I was raised by Philadelphians, but I'm from the West Coast. I would bring a totally different mix. Totally different.
Now that you say that, which is better, West Coast or East Coast?
For me, it's always gonna be West Coast. I can't. I love visiting the East Coast. I'll visit New York, the Bronx, the Philly. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even Florida, somewhere along the east side of America. But the West Coast is gonna always be different for me. Palm trees and heat is always gonna be the best thing for me. You know what I'm saying? I can't live in the South or in fields or you know what I'm saying. A lot of trees. I need casinos. I need lights. I need all of that. I need different people. I'm just used to that. That's how I was raised. So I'm always gonna say West Coast.
Yeah, because I never been out West Coast. The furthest maybe out west I've probably been to is maybe borderline Kentucky, but that was like through like a road trip. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
like I never been out to any Western U.S. state.
Let me tell you something. It's always sunny. It's always sunny. You know what I'm saying? The gloomy days are awesome. To me, gloomy days are special because you don't see too many of them. But when I went to Philly for like a month, I was out there. I got tired of it. I got tired of it. Week 3, I was tired of it. I wanted to go back, right back to Las Vegas, right back to Cali somewhere. Be chilling. Sunny days. That's what I like. Sunny days.
Yeah, like I'm a New Yorker, so my cold jeans are just permanently taken out every time I'm thinking about Albany. So if you want
Yeah.
to come up to Albany with me to see how sad it is in winter, feel free. But I think Florida has make me converted pretty well, but like I could always do West Coast any day.
Hey, I'm telling you, West Coast. I love West Coast. I love it.
Yeah, I was also gonna say, like as far as like people that you know in boxing, have you ran into all the famous fighters like Floyd Mayweather and all those people, right?
Yep, 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 yep. All of them, all of them, all of them. Um, it's cool. It made me realize that they're human beings. You know what I'm saying? If any young fighters are watching this, and you're like, oh, I gotta meet Floyd Mayweather or Canelo or blah blah blah. They're all fighters, bro. They all regular people. I promise you that. Ain't nothing special. It's nothing special. The only thing that's there that you can't experience is the power. And the power as in money and influence. That's about it. Outside of those things, they are just like you and I. Just like you and I. Humans with intentions. Easy.
Yeah, that's surreal that you say that because I've been to 5 boxing fights so far, and I ran into Erickson Lubin up at the Turning Stone Casino. I was like super afraid talking with him, but he knew that I was really happy being, like around him. But I told him that I knew Nestor Bravo. That's one of his friends, and he's
Yep.
connected with like a YouTuber by the name of Kana Loco Sports. And Kana Loco, if you ever seen, through YouTube boxing, he's heavily connected in the boxing business, and I believe he knows like a lot of, Puerto Rican boxers and the like a Puerto Rican boxing community. But case in point, it's like I personally feel like anytime when I go out to a boxing, like event, like I run into some really interesting people, and it feels like it feels like that I'm always having, like a good time, like, connecting with people that actually want to interact with fans and actually open up to newer like forms of networking.
Man, we went to the Frank Martin fight last week. And as soon as we come in, because I got there late, right? I got there when Frank and them were already in the ring and they were about to do the introductions. As soon as I walk in, I look to my left and I see Errol Spence looking at me. I'm like, oh,
Oh yeah, that's
oh,
awesome. That's
this like
awesome.
he's about to fight Terrence Crawford. He's about to. Oh damn!
Just be chilling.
Just be chilling, just a regular person. You get it. Like it becomes surreal for a moment, but then it becomes reality. After a few minutes, it becomes reality.
Yeah, because I'm not even like afraid to even talk to any big time celebrity because like I ran into Fat Joe back in May over at the Jake Pollock event over in Orlando.
Oh damn!
At the Caribe Royale, I believe Aston Silv he was headlining to be the main event over there. But yeah, Fat Joe he was with his crew, and I was like, "Yo, Fat Joe, can I get like a picture?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, big man." And I got like a picture with him. I saw Amanda Serrano there, which I wanted to get a picture, but she couldn't, give me one, unfortunately. And I saw Jake Paul there. I saw
Mm,
Antonio Tarver there. I ran into so many good people, and like I just kept it, calm and focused. Like I'm not that type of person just to like buy into what the crazy drama that people try to do with, celebrities.
yeah. No, but you know what? I gotta stand correct. There's only one celebrity that actually had me super nervous when I was talking to him, and that was Mark Wahlberg. When I was on set with Mark Wahlberg in his movie, which is
Whoa!
coming out later this year, I was playing.
Wow!
This is a spoiler, damn. But I was playing a gamer, and and he comes over and he sits with us, and we're sitting there, and we're talking. I'm asking him about boxing and top rank. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm friends with Bob." Bro, when I tell you, I was shaking. I was shaking because it was like, bruh. And there was a lot of people that was there. Everybody wanted to talk to him, and he came up and he was talking with us. He was talking with me, and I actually got to look the man in flesh, in his eyes, and actually speak with him. And it just that hit different. That hit different. It hit different than talking to any other boxer or any athlete. And when I think about it, like it's really who the effect you have on somebody's mind. Like you see a person on screens and in movies, that person is he's in your thoughts, he's in your consciousness. You created a character. You know what I'm saying? That person becomes you. You make that person you. So then when you see that person in real life, you're like, oh my gosh. Like that's how it felt. So I think that's the only celebrity that actually had me like almost frozen to a sense. Mark Wahlberg, that's the only, and he was super nice, religious and all. It was amazing. That was an amazing experience. Oh, I hope I do more work with him because he moved to Las Vegas too. Everybody's moving to Vegas, so
Yo, that's so crazy. Wow.
I'm excited. I want to get in connection with everybody. 50 Cent, all of them. Let me not say too much, but yeah.
Hey, Shaquille O'Neal, he's out here in Florida, and like I know that he has like a house up, like up in Miami, and I think one of his sons lives out in Kissimmee, if I'm not mistaken. But
Okay.
like it's just I just wanted to add on to that, like, it's very surreal, like, that celebrities will just like walk up to you if they actually see interest in, what you say. And I think networking plays like a really huge part, just in life in general, because you never know who's gonna come up to you and actually want to have a conversation with you. And if it does go very well, that's a good business plus for you. But on top of that, it also builds like a good, friendly relationship, for the
Yeah,
long. Yeah.
it's
So
genuine. Not you. People got to remember that your intentions are so important. So it's not just business when you're talking to somebody. It don't always just have to be, oh, what can you do for me? You can have genuine conversations. That's doing something big right there by itself. Just talk to people. Just talk to people. Stop being selfish. Be selfless for a moment. Just talk to somebody. Enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Because then you'll forget that it even happened. When you're doing it only for business, you'll forget the conversation even happened. As soon as you get what you wanted from that person, you forget it even happened, and you just robbed yourself of the whole experience. So I would say just enjoy it. It's not a big deal.
yeah, because I was even saying that with other fighters that I'm friends with, and I told them, like, for me at least, even if I was like super famous, I'm not changing up like my attitude. I'm not doing all that, because the stupidity behind that is that you feel self-righteous in your own, dissonance of your, ego, to think that
Right.
you are above other people. But it's like, you have to remember, like, you're screwing over your audience that will come back to you in the future. And that's why, for me at least, I give people respect, wherever I go, because I never know who I will talk to one day. And if I talk to somebody that's well known in whatever marketplace that I'm in, that person could help me out one day. And who knows, like, I could be like a really good influence to somebody one day, that could come back and say to me, yo, like, I really, like, appreciated what you did for me, because it's like, for me at least, oh, wait, what? Oh,
There it goes.
oh, oh, okay. Um, yeah, yeah, like, I was just gonna say, like, I try to keep like my bridges positive as possible, and I don't, like, like, I never act, egotistical in my own manner to do anything for my own benefit. I keep everything respectable, and I just move on with with my own life, and I just follow my own path.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So that's just how I am, at least. Like, I'm not that type of individual.
That's amazing. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
All right. I was just gonna finalize to say, like, what's your end goal after boxing? Like, what's your ultimate, prize that you're trying to like accomplish before everything's all said and done?
Think my ultimate goal. I don't. I mean, I want to be in boxing and make a big splash and be known to everybody. But I don't want to be in boxing for too long. After boxing, I just want to be able to have influence over people. I think I'm worthy of that in a sense, and be able to be a positive, respected person in people's eyes and views. And I kind of I want to fight against the bad things that are inside of humanity. There are a lot of things that don't get talked about, and there are a lot of things that do get talked about that shouldn't really. It don't need to be talked about. and I want to join that fight, that war between not flesh and blood, but spirit and spirit, in a sense. And a lot it kind of happened in history. It used to be love and hate, then it became black versus white. Now it's rich versus poor, and I think the next step is good versus evil. I think that's what's happening next. And
Oh no, I think he's.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I can hear you. But yeah, so basically, I just want to be able to guide and lead people, and bring how do I say it? Bring thoughts to the world that last for generations. I don't want to just be rich or be famous or help me or just help my family, and then get to the mountaintop and then sit there and drink a nice cold smoothie or something while everybody else suffers. I want to be able to actually solve as many problems as I can, and be able to have a mark that is unseen. There's so much you can do in the seen world. In the unseen world, there are messages that last for generations. That's what I want to stand for. That's what I want to do. So when I'm dead and gone, and if I got to talk to God and he asks me what did I do with my influence and money, I can sit there and give him a proud answer that you know what I'm saying? So that's basically the full end goal. And right now the goal is to get influence, is to get fan base, is to get respect, is to get love, and be an awesome leader.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, like for me at least, like I'm in like a different philosophical point of view, but I definitely like to do what I like to do to help as many people as I can because I'm going for my career for cybersecurity for IT and other focuses, but like I'm on that same path too. I don't want to just get myself to the top and just basically sit on top of the mountain doing nothing. Like I want to like be productive and be like a good influence, to many people. And before I pass away, like I like to make some good contributions before my time's up. Um, but yeah, I just have like a couple more questions, and then I'll then I will wrap up with the show for us.
All right.
I wanted to ask what weight class are you trying to campaign at, and what names within certain divisions that you want to conquer in the sport of boxing?
Uh, uh, I'd say I'm gonna be between 135 and 140. I think I'm gonna favor 140 because I don't want to be too weak. I don't want to, drain myself too much. I think that's something that Devin Haney did, was drain himself a lot trying to make 135. I don't think that's
Yeah, I
healthy.
agree.
Yeah, I don't think that's healthy. And as far as names, man, I mean, I just want what will bring the most eyes. You know what I'm saying? So I just, Teofimo, or if it's Tank, or if it's Shakur, um, it can really be anybody. And I hate saying that. I hate saying the same things everybody else. Oh, I'm ready for whoever, blah blah blah. I mean, just right now where I'm at, I don't really have, those big names. They're not worried about me yet. So I mean, whoever is first, whoever worries about me first, I guess I'll take him on. It's really just who brings the fan base and who everybody wants to see fight.
Yeah, I think tournaments need to permanently take over the sport, so that way, every time you win like a tournament, it should be like the NBA playoffs where the champion sits and fights, the number one like contender
Yep,
that comes into the tournament after beating everybody out, and it's basically like you fight like the number one guy that's under you, and it's kind of like a top down structure where you automatically stay active, but it's like you're holding your championship status credible through the tournament where everyone's staying active, and it's like you have to fight the best competition if you want to stay certified.
that's right. Yeah, I like that.
All right. Well, first of all, like I just like to say thank you very much. Like I hope you become a multi-divisional world champion and just dominate the sport. And keep me updated. With your fights. Like I would like to go one day and see you. And yeah, if you have any final words, to say to the audience, go for it.
Thank you so much for doing this interview with me. I'm excited for my first fight, and I hope interviews like this could go down in my own history and be brought up later on, and be seen by a lot of people, in the future, and be like, oh, he did an interview with this guy, and so I hope this can stand for something later on in the long run. And thank you.
All right. I appreciate it a lot. And yeah, man, just keep me up to date with the fight updates, and I will do my best to help you out.
All right, that's perfect.
All right. I appreciate it, and have a good day.
All right, peace out. Thank you.
All right. Um, all right, y'all. Thank you guys for watching this stream. I will have this posted on my Instagram page. If you guys want to go watch this on my Instagram, I'll just split it up into 15-minute increments. But yeah, be sure to hit the like button, share, do what you got to do, and yeah, that's about it, man. Shout out to everybody in the family, and yeah, that's about it, man. Shout out to Bruce Gas. Thank you for coming by. And shout out to We Building over here. K Rad and chat, respect and blessings. Yeah, appreciate you. All right. And yeah, shout out to Akeem Cheetam, man. Very, very good talent. I had a lot of fun. That felt very very educational, and I had a really good time talking with him. So yeah, be sure to hit the like button, do what you got to do, and shout out to everybody in the family. And one last time, peace, love, liberty, and happiness. And I will see you guys later. Here's the outro. Peace and shout out to Akeem Cheetam. Thank you for the opportunity for this show. I'll see you guys. Here's the outro.